beta is here, and Call of Duty Vanguard has got some changes. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy BlancOnline here today to chat to you more about some Vanguard. Sledgehammer Games has sort of outlined all of the different changes we're going to be getting from alpha to beta and some different features. There's some PlayStation exclusive features, which I think is pretty interesting, but we're going to go through all of that in this video right here. I've got the Sledgehammer Games article up on my screen right now. If you guys want to go ahead and read it for yourself as well, I will leave the link in the description down below for this article so you guys can read it yourselves. I'm basically going to skim through a lot of it. I'm not going to sort of talk about everything in super detail, but the things I will talk about in detail are bigger and more grandiose changes. But we'll just get straight into it. So in the beta, there will be some visual updates. So they apparently fixed the damage overlay. And if you watch my video and my review on the alpha, you know that visibility was a big issue in Vanguard. And it looks like they've sort of tweaked it. They changed both the damage overlay and the lighting, which is very good. Damage wise, it was like a black and gray screen whenever you got super damage, and it seems like they've fixed that. And then they've increased the lighting. So basically they said, AKA, we turned up the lights, which is good. It's gonna make visibility better, but what this doesn't address is the brown and how everything's brown in the game. And I hope that the maps again fix that, but it's nice to see that we're getting some visual updates and definitely some well needed changes. Audio tuning, now this is gonna be very interesting. They've slightly increased the footstep audio for people that isn't yourself. So the personal footsteps are the same as it was in the alpha, but the footsteps of the people and your enemies are slightly increased. Going to be interested to see how much it has increased, and the non-player weapon volume has been reduced. So again, that's the ability for you to hear other people's weapons. That was a little bit of an issue in the alpha. Like personally for myself, I didn't find it to be too much of an issue. Where it did get sort of annoying was in Champion Hill, because every other match was going on around you. The gunfire that you would hear most of the time wouldn't even be in the match that you're playing, so it was a little hard to sort of use sound to your advantage there. This is probably addressing that issue. Announcer volume reduced. Thank you very much. And the call out frequency reduced as well. Thank you very much. That is something that I touched on as well. But that's really interesting changes and good changes as well to the audio. Again, Sledgehammer's listening. Champion Hill spawning. I won't like fully go into detail here, but they have definitely adjusted spawn logic. And if you know about Courtyard, you know about that 3 seconds of when you're looking at your enemy straight across from you. Apparently they've completely thrown away that spawn point, which is a good thing. That was really annoying. Again, even though I used that to my advantage so many times, I know that's annoying. And if that happened to me, and it did happen to me, I was pissed off when it happened. I can only imagine how many other people were pissed off when that happened to them as well. So they've fixed that. And I hope that spawns are not only adjusted in Champion Hill, I hope they're also adjusted in multiplayer as well, because they're using the same spawn logic in both Champion Hill and multiplayer. Multiplayer will suffer as well from spawns. Hope that's not the case, and I hope this spawn tuning fixes both spawns for both game modes. They've also noted some things that they're fixing that haven't been fixed but will be fixed. There's some things in terms of visibility, in terms of nameplates behind walls. I think that sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but this is something that they're looking to address. And an aim assist as well. So it seems like name tags and aim assist are going to still be somewhat prevalent within the beta. Maybe not as much as before, but I think it's still going to be there, and something that they are sort of looking to fix but haven't fixed just yet. But it's nice to know that they're looking on fixing that. That is all the massive changes from alpha to beta. Now let's talk about some beta content, because the beta is coming very soon. It starts on September the 10th till the 13th for weekend 1, and then 17 to 20 will be weekend 2. So it's next week. So we're very close to the start of weekend 1 of Vanguard for PlayStation. But let's get into all of the beta content that we'll be getting here. Let's talk about multiplayer maps. We're going to be getting Hotel Royale, Gavatu, Red Star, and Eagle's Nest in week 2. So that's 4 total maps at launch on beta, or 3 total maps at launch on beta, and then 4 maps in the second weekend, so 4 maps in total. Champion Hill will be returning in the beta, so if you never got a chance to play Champion Hill if you're on Xbox or PC, this beta will be your chance to get in there and give the mode a go. As I said, I found it to be a fun mode, but not a mode that I think I will genuinely play a lot of my time in Vanguard. In side of game modes, we're going to be getting the classic game modes. Team Deathmatch, Kill Confirm, Domination, and Search and Destroy will be there in week 2. Obviously, Champion Hill is going to be there. Solos is going to be introduced, as well as duos and trios returning. And then as well as that, there's going to be a new game mode called Patrol. Now, I will describe Patrol here as Sledgehammer describes it. It's based on Hardpoint. This objective-based mode features a scoring zone in near constant motion. If operators want to rack up points for their team, they should keep up and move around the map within this patrol point. It looks like to just be a continuously moving hardpoint, which is interesting. It'll make engagements happen a lot faster. Interesting mode. I'm definitely keen to sort of get into that and see what that's all about, because that could be a really cool game mode here in Vanguard. But then obviously we're gonna get the normal game modes as well. So it's nice to see a big variety of game modes there within the beta. We'll talk about weapons here. In Champion Hill, there will be 2 ARs, 2 LMGs, 2 snipers, 2 shotguns, and 2 pistols, all rotating. So very similar to the Champion Hill Alpha. And in terms of multiplayer, you will be able to level up weapons to level 30. So that will be level 30 in the game. So whatever weapons you can unlock up until that point will be weapons that you can choose and play around with within the beta. We know that there's going to be 10 slots within the Gunsmith, various different types of weapon levels, whether that be all the way up to 70, whether or not we can even get there, we wait and see. And this is one of the exclusive pieces of gameplay for PlayStation. PlayStation will get 2 custom loading slots that aren't available on other platforms. So PlayStation will have 12 total creator classes and 10 will be available on the other platforms. This is interesting because this is not something that we've ever seen before. In terms of PlayStation exclusivity, it's generally been game modes, maps, early access to betas, but now it's actual gameplay features like creator class, begging the question, is this going to be just the first little dip into what we can expect? Is PlayStation gonna get 11 Gunsmith slots? I don't think that's gonna happen, but that's just an example, you know what I mean? So this is interesting because we've never seen anything like this before, and if it's starting in a beta, you can only assume the amount of possibilities that could happen as a result of this being the case. Let's talk about combat pacing. And you may be wondering, what is combat pacing? Well, let me tell you exactly what combat pacing is. It's brand new. It's a new sort of way to search for lobbies. So there's 3 different types. There's tactical, assault, and blitz. Tactical is the normal one. So tactical is 6v6. Assault is 20 to 28 players. So that assumingly is going to be different. It's like ground war, you know, ground war. It's like that. It's like going for a ground war game. And then there's blitz, which is 28 to 48 players. So assumedly, we're going to be getting a 48 player, so 24 people on each team matches. Begging the question, is this going to be on the traditional 6v6 maps? Because we know we're getting 20 maps at launch. 4 of those maps are going to be like Champion Hill maps, and then 16 of those maps are going to be what they called 6v6 maps and traditional Call of Duty maps. So are we going to get 24v24 on a 6v6 map? How big are those 6v6 maps? Do those 6v6 maps even play good on 6v6? They may not, because to my knowledge, we're not getting war, which was in World War II. In the beta, we're not getting ground war. So you're telling me we're going to be doing domination 24v24 on what is meant to be a smaller 6v6 map? That could be really, really interesting. Like searching for a blitz game and getting 48 players in a lobby, playing a smaller 6v6 map. How crazy would that be? But not only that, how well will that even play? Because traditionally, your bigger sized game modes, like your ground wars, for example, are on bigger maps. Granted, back in the day, you did have ground war. It was on the smaller maps, but it wasn't 24v24. So again, gonna be very interesting to see how that plays. The combat pacing will be very interesting to see how they implement it, because again, as I said, it looks like we're gonna get 16 6v6 maps, and if we're gonna get 6v6 maps played with 48 players, how is that going to run? But we got a week to wait until we see how that runs. And the final thing I'll talk about is operators. We're going to be getting a bunch of different operators here to use in the beta. Basically, they're just the campaign characters. There's 6 of them. You can read which ones are there. I don't really care to name them all. But yeah, so open beta will start on the 10th of September, and that's for PlayStation. That's for early access. So you need to pre-order the game on PlayStation, whether that be 4 or 5, in order to get access to Weekend 1, which starts on September the 10th. Weekend 2 starts on September the 16th, which will be the PlayStation Open Beta, and as well as that, the early access periods for Xbox and PC. And everyone can jump in on the 18th of September through to the 20th September when everybody gets to play. Keep in mind that we do have the worldwide reveal of multiplayer on September the 7th. So when this video goes live, that is in for 3 days time. So for me, it'll be Wednesday, but for you guys in America, it'll be Tuesday. There will be a worldwide event. I'll be covering for that here on the channel. So if you do want to keep locked up on when I post that video, make sure you click subscribe and click that notification bell. But that's all I have for you guys here in this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment down below. Is it the changes you're excited about? Is it the game modes you're excited about? Is it the combat pacing you're excited about? Me personally, I'm intrigued to see how combat pacing works, if it's going to be combat pacing blitz 48 players on a 6v6 map. That's what I'm most excited to see. But let me know what you guys are excited to see as well. As I said before, click subscribe to be kept up with all the Vanguard videos. It's just going to get crazier from here on out, because as soon as we get the worldwide reveal, a couple of days later, we're jumping into Vanguard's multiplayer, experiencing it for the first time and getting our first impressions. So there's lots and lots and lots of content to go as we ramp up to Vanguard's release. So keep it locked here on BlancOnline. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Me and Lil J, we Scotty MJ. Passing the rock, we hitting the fade. Pull up in a whip with 21 babes. Here come the bastards, 21 days. Gun you, boy, I know he's a waste. Baby, I know that you want a little taste. I know you want all the bass in your face. Brand new bag and brand new nails. Me and Lil J, we Scotty MJ. Passing the rock, we hitting the fade. Pull up in a whip with 21 babes. Here come the bastards, 21 days.